When a person is emotionally vulnerable, they cry, whether it's out of grief, love, passion, or another strong emotion. They shed tears pouring out their emotion. But here a sad boy is standing in the middle of the airport, without shedding a single drop. His heart is screaming loudly inside, but outside no one can say he is hurt. He is staring nowhere in particular, but his heart is searching for someone. Wants him to be with him in his arms, but lost the chance. A pair of arms pulled him towards him and wrapped him in his embrace. "You can cry, T-Bear. I'm here for you." It was Jimin who pulled him to a tight hug. "You're not alone this time, Bear. I'm here," he said, rubbing his back. Jin pulled him and cupped his face with both hands. "Look at me, T-Bear. See, we are here. Minnie, Junie, and me. You still have a spare. We have always been there for you," Jin said and hugged the boy who still didn't say a word nor shed a drop of tear. Ginny, Johnny, and Minnie hugged the lost boy, but his heart was still searching for someone else who could comfort his lost heart. "He left me. I lost him. Everyone leaves you, Tae. Nobody will stay with you forever. Nothing new, Tae. Nobody loves you to stay forever. He just left you like everyone. It's your fault you lost the chance. He was here for you, but you ignored him and didn't give him a chance, and now destiny is not giving you a chance. It's your fault you lost him. Sorry, Yuna, but I don't love you anymore. Please sign these papers. We are together from 16 years, Hanbin. How can you do this to me? It was an arranged marriage, Yuna. I never fell in love with you, you know that. Our parents forced us to marry. I thought maybe one day we will feel for you, but it never happened. And what about our kids? Don't you love them too? Aren't they your kids? Yuna, 16 years I have lived a life without love. I was just breathing, but with her I feel alive. Now when I found someone, please don't stop me. I love our kids and will always love them, but I can't be happy like this. I have spent my 16 years with you, to Hanbin. You didn't felt loved because you never gave love to us. You never spent time with us. I thought you were busy in the company, but all this time you were cheating on me. It's not all my fault, Yuna. I tired everything to win your heart. I thought after having a child you might fall in love with me, but it never happened. You loved Ginny but never cared about me. I thought maybe after Tae was born you will love me now, but still I was wrong. You never looked back at me, Yuna. I could never win your heart. I am thankful to you that you spent 16 years with me and raised our kids with love, but these 16 years I have been craving for love, to Yuna. You never saw that. A drop of tear rolled down his cheeks. You are accusing me for not loving you when you were cheating on me from last 6 months. Tell me, was she good than me? Shut up. I didn't sleep with her. Yes, I love her, but I'm still married to you. I will not get that low, but I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Yuna, please sign the papers and free me from this marriage without love. Don't you love Jin and Tae? What will I tell them? That their dad left us for another woman? He lowered his head in guilt. I love them, he said in low tone. I know you will take care of them. I will send money for their studies and will meet them whenever I am in Korea. Hanbin walked to the sofa she was sitting and kneeled down to her. He caught her hand softly. Please, Yuna, I know you don't love me. All these years I tried hard to get your love, but you never once saw my efforts. From last 4 years we have not even had a decent talk, Yuna. I'm all alone in this house. At least you have our kids, but what about me? Let's end our miseries here, please. They both hugged and cried their heart out. It's not like they didn't try to make their married life happy, but no matter how much they try, they never fell for each other. They loved their children, but no matter how much they tried, they couldn't love each other. They felt miserable for each other, so they did the only thing that was right for them. They signed the divorce papers and parted their way. Little did they know a crying boy was hiding behind the door. It was after 10 days when Hanbin was moving out the house. He spent these 10 days with his family, with his kids. He wanted to take them with him, but he knew they loved their mother more than him. So he decided to go with their memories. Even if the marriage was broken, it was still hard for him to leave his family he lived with for 16 years. So he decided to go at night when his family would be sleeping peacefully. He took the luggage and went out the room. There he found Yuna standing at the door with a sad smile. He went to her and hugged her for a last time. "Take care of yourself and our kids," he whispered. "You too," she said, trying not to shed tears. Hanbin placed a kiss on her forehead for the last time and let his lips linger for a while. Yuna closed her eyes, taking a deep breath. They broke the hug and looked at each other sadly. Hanbin cupped her cheeks with one hand. "Goodbye," he said and went out the house. Yuna stood there until the car disappeared from her sight. She knew it was her fault for not loving her husband for 16 years. She still don't love him, but she does cares for the father of her children, the person she lived under the same roof for 16 years. A drop of tear rolled down her cheeks. She looked at the empty road where the car disappeared, still wanting him to come back, but it's too late, isn't it? 16 years late. Hope he will be happy this time. She took a deep breath before closing the door. She checked her sleeping kids and went to her room, not knowing the boy was not sleeping at all. A little boy clutching his tiger plushie standing at the airport. With small steps, he went inside searching for someone. Yes, Taehyung was standing alone at the airport to search his father. He knew his father had flight today. He tried these 10 days to make his dad realize how much he loves him, but all his efforts went in vain. His dad did love him, but still he left. He sneaked out of the house after Yuna went to her room. He was small, but he's smart. He took his bicycle and went to the airport. "Appa, Appa, where are you? Your Tay-Tay is here." The passerby looked at the crying boy, but no one helped him. "Do you know where my Appa is?" Taehyung went from one person to another asking everyone if they knew where his dad is. But poor boy didn't find his father. "Do you know my Appa? His name is Kim Hanbin." "Appa, Tay-Tay wants you back. Tay-Tay will be a good boy, Appa." He went from person to person, but he couldn't find his father. He hugged the plushie tightly, sitting on the clod floor. "Tay-Tay is here, Appa. Please come back. Tay-Tay will take you home. Tay-Tay loves you, Appa. Tay-Tay loves you." Whole night, Taehyung sat on the cold floor crying his heart out. The next morning, the security guards found him crying in the floor. He took him back to his house. Taehyung didn't talk with anyone for months. He forgot how to laugh. He never made any friends. Always gets afraid if they leave him at the end. Yuna and Jin tried their level best but couldn't make him happy. He made a concrete wall around his heart not to let anyone in. Mei tried to befriend him. Many proposed him, but he never opened his heart for anyone. He was lost until a certain mochi burst the wall and barged into his life. First time in life, he made a friend who didn't leave him alone. His first friend. But still, his heart was closed for love. No, there is no place for love. Love is not made for him. "Where are you, Cookie? Tay-Tay is here, Cookie. Please come back. Your Tay-Tay is here. Tay-Tay will take you home. Tay-Tay will be a good boy, Cookie. Please come back." Although Taehyung wants to say those words out loud, he said it only in his heart. Taehyung hugged everyone, still remembering the past. He is again at the airport. The difference is he is not crying this time, but it's his heart shedding tears. He was lost in between the past and the present. "Bear, listen to me," Namjoon said, pulling the boy out of his trance. "You will search for him, okay? You remember, right? We have Suga is his cousin. We will contact him, okay? Don't lose hope," he said, cupping his face. Namjoon knew what Taehyung is thinking right now. Everyone always left him. He is afraid of being alone. He doesn't want Tae to suffer from his past again. "Tae, let's go back. We will think of something, okay?" he said, trying to convince him. Taehyung just stared to nowhere. He saw the little Tae asking everyone for his dad. He saw himself crying on the floor, hugging the tiger plushie. He faked smiled, but his eyes showed how hurt he was. "It's okay, Hyung. Everyone leaves me anyway," he said and turned around to leave. He was about to reach the exit when a pair of arms wrapped around his waist and pulled him towards a muscular chest. "Where are you going without me, Angel?" Taehyung heard someone whisper in his ears. And there Taehyung felt like the time has stopped. His heartbeat raced. He closed his eyes tightly, not wanting this to be a dream. "Don't believe it, Tae. It's just a dream," he murmured to himself. "I'm here, babe." He took a deep breath before turning back. Taehyung looked up to see his face. Their Jungkook was standing in front of him, showing his bunny smile with little glossy eyes. Taehyung looked at him with doe eyes. "Don't believe him, Tae. You are going home alone," he said again. Jungkook smiled and cupped his face with both hands. "I'm here, Angel. I'm here with you," he said, placing a kiss on forehead. "You can take me home," he said, and that's it. His nightmare ends here. Taehyung burst into tears. He jumped on him, wrapping his legs on his waist, hugging him tightly. The whole airport was filled with his cries. Jungkook carried him firmly, rubbing his back and murmuring sweet things in his ears. Everyone was looking at them with teary eyes. Namjoon and Yoon Min-seok were crying looking at them too. Everybody knew how broken Taehyung was, and now that Jungkook is here, they hoped everything to be all right. They hoped Jungkook to be his savior, because finally, the lost boy found his home. Namjoon and Yoon Min-seok are smiling widely, cooing at the couple sleeping peacefully, cuddling each other. Yes, Taekook were sleeping cuddling in each other. Jin and Jimin were crying silently, hugging their partners. Namjoon and Suga were smiling, looking at them crying. Hobie went closer and took some photos. They were all happy for them. Two strangers who belongs to each other. Hobie turned around to see Namjoon and Yumin hugging each other. He smiled and gestured them to get out of the room. Namjoon and Suga nodded and took Jin and Jimin out of the room. They all went to Namjoon's room. Jin and Jimin were now sharing the photo from Hobie's phone, screaming and cooing over and over again. "Suga, we need to get a room," he said, showing their luggage. "I'll arrange that, don't worry," Namjoon said, took out his phone to call the manager, which was his friend. "You can have the room next to us, guys. Someone will bring the keys for you," he said, and Yoon-seok nodded their head. "By the way, I thought the flight took off. So, why you didn't board the flight?" Namjoon said, grabbing the chatterbox's attention. "Because this little chatterbox messaged us," Suga said, pulling his boyfriend to a bone-crushing hug. "You messaged them?" Jin gasped loudly, feeling betrayed. "Of course I messaged him. Can't let my Tae's first love to vanish forever, can I now?" He sassed, flipping his hair. "You should have told Tae about it." He was full in panic mode. Jin said, hit his forehead. "Ouch, I didn't tell him because Jungkook didn't want him to know about it," Jimin said, rubbing his forehead. "What do you mean?" Namjoon said in confusion. "I will tell you, Hyung," Suga said, placing a soft kiss on his forehead. "When Minnie messaged me about Taehyung, I showed the message to Jungkook, but he was not sure if Taehyung really wants him for love or it's just infatuation. So, he asked Minnie not to tell him anything. Jungkook wanted to see his love by his own eyes. Don't take him wrong, Hyung. He had suffered a lot. After his parents died, he craved for love, but everyone tried to take advantage of him. People tried to befriend him or date him only for his money. For the first time, he liked someone and craved for him. But when Taehyung rejected him, his heart crushed. He really liked him. So he wanted to see if Taehyung also cravs for him. Namjoon looked at each other and nodded with a smile. They know how Jungkook would have felt. It's the exact way how Taehyung feel. Cravs for love but scared to get deceived. Jungkook woke up when the sun rays hit his face. He blinked once or twice before rubbing his eyes. He tried to turn around, but to his luck something was attached to him. Something really heavy on his chest. He looked down only to see a bunch of fluffy hair over his face. Taehyung was sleeping on his chest, hugging him like his life depends on it. Jungkook chuckled and caressed his hair a little. "Wake up, Angel," he said softly. Taehyung whined and turned his face to the other side. Wake up, love. You might be hungry. Taehyung opened his eyes slowly, rubbing his eyes with his sleeves. He looked at Jungkook with a pout. Cute, that's all Jungkook could think now. He stared at the pout. He wants to taste it once more. He traced his lips with his hands. Taehyung noticed his stares, but there was no lust in his stares. Taehyung only saw love and longing for him in those eyes. You can kiss them if you want, Cookie, he whispered shyly. Jungkook was brought out of the trance. He blinked few times to register what he just heard. Taehyung pecked his lips quickly and hid his face. Jungkook Taehyung giggled looking at the bunny, and Jungkook was dead by now. This smile just took his breath away. The smile to die for. He will forever try to keep this smile on his lips. He promised himself to love him with all his heart, make him the happiest person in the world. The whole day, the two boys talk about random things, cuddling each other. They didn't want to get up from the bed, but obviously Jin took them for breakfast by hook or by crook. When the whole week passed by, all the 7 boys had become really good friends. They had a wonderful time here. It was like a paradise for them. Today is the last of their vacation and they will part ways at the airport. What are you thinking, T-Bear? I don't want to go, Hyung. Can't we stay here forever? He asked with a pout. Do you really want to live here? Without your Cookie? He is leaving too, Jimin said with a smirk, and met with a pillow on his face immediately. Meanie, Taehyung was pouting again. These days spent here was the most precious moments in his life. He doesn't want to go back where he will miss his bunny. We have to go, Tae. Come on, pick up your bags. We will miss our flight. Again with a pout, Tae picked up his bags to the car. 2 couples were hugging each other, not wanting to leave, and 3 pairs of eyes were watching them with heart eyes. The vacation ended, so obviously they have to return to their home, but our newly made couples don't want to leave each other, especially V-men who were clinging to their lovers. We will meet soon, babe, Jungkook said, caressing his hair. But I will miss you, Cookie, Taehyung said without raising his head. We live literally 2 hours away from you guys. You can visit us anytime, Suga said with a teasing smile. But it's 2 hours, and I won't be able to cuddle you, Uni, Jimin said, pouting his lips. Oh, my babe wanna cuddle. I promise to visit you every weekend, okay babe, he said, pecking his lips. Come on boys. I'm tired, let's go home, Jin said, getting inside the cab. V-men looked at their partners with sad eyes. It's not like they are parting forever, but they didn't want to be separated for one day too. But still, they need to get back home. Taehyung lied on the bed watching their photos on his phone, remembering the moments they spent together on the vacation. He sometimes wonders how he got so lucky to meet him, but he also fears if this moment is only for today. He was lost in the memories when his phone ringed. Cookie, he shuddered, trying to hold his tears. I miss you to love, Taehyung blushed in the new nickname. He loves the way Jungkook calls him with different names. What are you doing, love? I was watching our photos, a tear rolled down his cheeks. It was silent for a while, nobody dared to speak, but both knew they missed each other. Taehyung sniffed silently. We just met 2 weeks ago, Cookie. Then why am I missing you this much? It's hurting, he said, wiping his eyes. He hid his face in the pillow, trying not to cry loudly. It's amazed him how this bunny-looking man has become so important to him just in 2 weeks that he is crying to be in his embrace. He is crying to feel him. If you open your window, I will be able to wipe your tears away, angel. Huh? Taehyung raised his head and turned back to see his window. Their little muscular bunny was sitting on the branch of the tree near the window. Taehyung rushed to the window and opened it in quickly. Jungkook jumped and got in quickly. The moment he got in, he was pulled to a bone-crushing hug, and Taehyung began to sob, hiding his face on the crook of his neck. Jungkook caressed his hair and rubbed his back gently. It was not just Taehyung who missed him. He missed Taehyung the same. Jungkook patted his thighs and Taehyung jumped on him, wrapping his legs around his waist. He took him to bed and laid him. He wanted to pull back so that he could see his angel's face, but Taehyung was not letting him go. "Babe, let me see your face. I miss you, bub." Taehyung shook his head in negative and pulled him more closer. "Your cookie is here, babe. He loves you so much," he said, rubbing his back. "Let me kiss you, babe. I traveled 2 hours in this hours for you. Won't you kiss me, my cute little pup?" Jungkook called him by many names as he knows the latter loves it. Taehyung giggled and pulled back only to get smashed by a pair of lips on his own. Jungkook kissed him like no tomorrow. Taehyung caressed his hair, hands around his neck, and let him do whatever he wants. And Jungkook was just showering his love. After a long passionate kiss, both pulled away with heavy breath. Taehyung has his eyes closed, sweaty forehead, messy hair, and panting heavily. And Jungkook just loved this sight. He combed his hair with hands softly, wiping the sweats on his forehead, and placed a soft kiss before cuddling him under the blanket. After a long romantic and soothing silence, Taehyung broke it. "Cookie, how did you climb the tree?" he asked without raising his head from his nape. "I may or may not have climbed on Suga Hyung's shoulder to reach the branch," he said with a chuckle. "Really?" Taehyung asked with wide eyes, to which Jungkook simply nodded. "Then where did he go?" he asked innocently. Jungkook smiled and pecked his lips again. "He has his boyfriend in the same house, remember?" Taehyung nodded while his mouth shadowed. According to him, he couldn't sleep without his kitten. "So I blackmailed him to bring me with him, or I will tell Jin Hyung that he is barging into the house." Taehyung giggled, showing his boxy smile. "So he is sleeping with his kitten right now?" Jungkook nodded and kissed his cheeks. "He is sleeping with his kitten. Now let me sleep with my kitten." Taehyung blushed hearing kitten, and Jungkook pulled him to another hug. "K Cookie." "Yes, love." What exactly happened to you that night?" After Jimin left the room. "You never told me," he said, shuddering in the way. Jungkook smiled, rubbing his back slowly. "Nothing what you thought that morning, babe." He caressed his hair and kissed his temple. "I had my first ever kiss that night with a cute little bear who I may have been stalking from 5 days." Taehyung gasped and looked at him wide eyes. "I was your first kiss?" "Yes, love. And I know I was your first too." "How?" "All night you blabber about me being your first kiss and also about the bald rent-a-clubtus." Both giggled and Jungkook pecked his lips again. "We cuddled all night talking about different things, which also ended with the bald Catriptosaurus again." They laughed and kissed again. Then how did we get naked and then we had hickeys?" Taehyung said, hiding his face in his palm. "Should I tell you or show you?" he said with a smirk. Taehyung pouted and knocked his forehead. "Don't tease me, you bunny." Jungkook laughed, showing his bunny teeth. He pulled his hands and kissed his knuckles. "You danced in the whole room, sweating like crazy. You were feeling hot, Tae, so you opened everything yourself, and forced me to do it too. You pulled me to kiss and I couldn't control myself and kissed you back. We were kissing crazily, creating hickeys everywhere. And after some time, why you slept in my arms after giving me a boner," he said, shuddering all the way. A weird silence was filled in the room before it burst into laughter. Taehyung laughed, catching his stomach. "I thought you were a muscle bunny kook. Didn't knew I could top you." He laughed again. "Hey, you didn't top me, okay? You just gave me a boner. Who knows, maybe I can top you, Mr. Bunny," Taehyung said, flipping his imaginary hair. "Don't tease my patience, kitten, or daddy's gonna eat you up." "Daddy have to wait for that for a while. Kitten is not ready yet," Taehyung said, shyly hiding his face again in his palm. Jungkook smiled in his duality. His babe can really turn from bold and sexy to shy and innocent in 1 second, and he loves it this way. He loves how Taehyung can be a sassy brat one moment and turn submissive on the other. Jungkook smiled and kissed his palm before cuddling him. "And your bunny is gonna wait for you, angel. If I say I won't be ready before I marry, then I will wait till we get married." "You will marry me?" He was surprised. "Of course, angel." I know we are just starting and we can't be sure of the future, but I'm sure one day this cuddly bear will marry this muscle bunny. A tear escaped his Tae eyes. Never in life he has imagined a life partner who will love him unconditionally. And I will be the happiest bear in the world, he said, kissing his cheeks. Jungkook wiped his tears and kissed his forehead. My baby bear, yours, forever. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.